Hi, my name is Zena McNulty. I am a board-certified family lawyer here in Fort Worth and the owner of McNulty Law Firm. I've been a practicing lawyer for almost 13 years. I started my career in the criminal law world as a prosecutor here in Tarrant County, where I got my feet wet and I learned a lot of very valuable lessons. After that, I pursued criminal defense, but ultimately family law was where my heart was, and so I've been practicing that exclusively for about 9 years. What made me enjoy both of those areas of law was the interaction that I had with people and impacting their real lives and making a difference in that way. I take every single one of my cases seriously. While I might have dozens of divorces that I'm dealing with every day, I know that this is the only one that they're dealing with. And that's very valuable to me, and I think it impacts the way that I approach each case strategically. An ability to connect with them and their stories and to understand what they may be going through. And sometimes it's easy to look at these cases a little more in a black and white or just a colder perspective, continuing to remember that these are real lives and the outcomes are going to impact them and their day-to-day lives is a difference maker for me. My favorite kind of client understand that going through this process is part of taking back their identity and that they've lost their identity as part of an unfunctional relationship. And it's really, really beautiful to get to see clients come from the beginning to the end and to remember what they loved about themselves and the confidence that they had prior to a bad relationship. That's my favorite kind of client because I feel like I left them better than I found them. The most rewarding time in a family lawyer's practice in my mind is when a client's hearing is over and the evidence is closed and they just say, thank you. And not about the results, but about being heard, seeing me say what they've been thinking out loud and arguing that point. And it can be a small thing or a big thing, just gives them a relief that you can see on their faces and in their demeanor at the close of a case. I find that very rewarding. When I'm involved in a difficult or high conflict matter, my mindset after doing this for as long as I have been is just reminding myself on a pretty frequent basis to stay engaged, because I think sometimes it's human nature that if something is hard, you don't want to deal with it. I have to pretty frequently just put myself in the shoes of my clients and to remind myself that what I'm doing is valuable and it matters. So for me, that's my mindset in a difficult case. Depends on the day how my colleagues would describe me as an attorney. I think probably every day they know I'm never going to quit. I don't aim to be part of the crowd and go along to get along. And I like to say I'm always going to make somebody do their job. And that doesn't mean bringing everything to trial, but it means running down every potential win for my clients until we feel like we've gotten where we need to go. Sometimes people come into the family law world expecting that there's going to be like a win and lose situation. I think it's important for clients to know that that's unlikely. Winning for anyone in a family law setting should look like prioritizing the most important pieces of your case, working to obtain those, really thinking about how the win, needing to realize that pushing for that one thing really does matter. It doesn't make you contentious or high conflict to push for something that's going to affect your day-to-day and is going to make you more peaceful after this is over. But on the other hand, it is oftentimes not valuable to push for something that won't matter in your day-to-day life. So not to get kind of lost in the idea of winning or crushing your opponent. Family law is complicated and it's nuanced. So you have to really be willing to dig in and to talk with your lawyer about what pieces of a final order are truly important to you, and then work backwards to figure out how to get there. It can be really intimidating to call a lawyer. I put myself in the shoes of situations in my own life where I felt like I needed the help of a professional in some setting. I'm a lawyer and I still get intimidated and I still feel apprehension about making a decision. and I want to make sure that I know all of the facts, and I don't want to sound stupid when I call them, or what if, I call them and they say I don't really need the help. And I would want a client to know that I was born to be a lawyer. I was born to do this, but I'm just a regular person. So I'm never going to fault you for calling and asking questions. And if you connect with the person on the other end of the line, you know that you're in the right spot. So I think that that's really important to know.